I do videos about body dysmorphic disorder, also known as BDD, which is pretty much imagined ugliness, as well as plastic surgery, my experiences, showing you guys what not to do when it comes to plastic surgery, and also some fun stuff like beauty hauls, fashion hauls, my luxury haul collection videos that you guys really like. So if you guys like these types of videos, make sure you turn on your post notifications so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. Comment, like, subscribe, I'd really appreciate it, and enjoy the video. Okay, so today I want to talk about my rhinoplasty, alarplasty surgery experiences because I've had a few. A lot of people are asking me why my nose is still big. It is. This is like contoured, but I feel like my third rhinoplasty actually made my nose bigger, because I do know that he did remove the tip that was once there. Why, we don't know. We're still trying to figure that out. But let's just start off talking about my very first rhinoplasty. It was in 2008, right before I had Stavros. So growing up, I think I was like 13. I don't know what it was. I always thought I had a big nose. Growing up Filipino, my grandmother, who's not with us anymore, that I miss so much, she, instead of like doing the chin thing that I showed you guys, she would like pinch my nose ever since I could even remember, and say that that would help my nose get smaller as I aged. And mind you, I was like 4 or 3, maybe even younger. She'd pinch my nose because, you know, no one wants a big nose in her world, I guess, or she just wanted me to be perfect all the time. So she would constantly do that the second I woke up, in the afternoon, and before I went to sleep. I don't know if she actually said that I had a big nose, I don't know, but she just always wanted me to look like a doll for the millionth time, so she would just pinch my nose to make it small. I never understood her or my mom because they never had plastic surgery before. It was more my grandmother, really. My mom came in the later years of putting me down and calling me fat and all that kind of stuff, but this video is about a nose job. So when I was 12, 13, again, gluing my eyelids, not wanting to look like my heritage or whatever you guys want to call it, I always wanted a nose job. So Preshi, my mother, would always say, okay, for your 16th birthday present. Always. Just at 12, she's like, wait till you're 14. When I was 14, she's like, wait till you're 16. Instead of giving me what I really wanted, because I guess she was just scared of my health, that's how mothers are, she would gift me new cars like every 2 years to make me forget that I had a big nose. That's all I ever wanted. I wanted to look anime. My like idol in life, before I knew anything about anyone else or celebrities, was Sailor Moon. I wanted to look like Sailor Moon. You know, ask everyone in high school, I was like Sailor Moon. Long hair, big eyes, small nose. I turned 18, she didn't give it to me. Gave me a new car, a new bag, things that didn't really feed my soul. And I know that sounds very bratty, but I'm just telling you how it was back in the day. So I begged her, and she's like, okay, when you turn 21. What do you know? I'm like 23 and still didn't have it. It wasn't even about, she wasn't even like, oh, what if you don't wake up? It's very dangerous, whatever. She was just, ever since I was a teenager, she'd always be like, you want to be like Michael Jackson? His nose fell off. How would she say that? She didn't even know about plastic surgery. She just assumed from like tabloids and things like that. But I always wanted it. So I'd worked for her company for many years. I worked jobs here and there. I would sell my stuff. And yeah, I had enough money to go out and get my own damn plastic surgery. I mean, rhinoplasty, nose job, whatever you guys want to call it. But I was so respectful to her that I couldn't do it behind her back. But I wanted to, but I didn't. I only rebelled getting tattoos because she loved my brother more. But let's just not get into that right now. So years passed. I was like 25, 26. She just gifted me with other things. So years went by and I got older. I researched more about rhinoplasties and all that kind of fun stuff. And she still didn't let me do it. She'd constantly just buy me stuff. She'd just build me closets. Literally, I felt like a princess. But that's a whole different story. This is just to tell you the story about like how I ended up doing it. So as you guys know, I met Jason right after my grandmother passed away in the Philippines. And during that time, I was consulting with the plastic surgeons from the Philippines, like the best of the best, the celebrity plastic surgeons, which is literally like 90% off. But that's the best in the Philippines. But I guess with like American money, it was nothing, right? And then my grandmother passed away and I felt lost. I didn't know what to do. I turned like a different person for a whole year, and then I went back to America after she passed away, and then I met Gustavus' dad. So Chase was like, you don't need it, you don't need it. My brother, everyone was like, you don't need a rhinoplasty. I don't give a fuck. I need it. I need to perfect my mirror. I needed it. BDD and all. I don't know who to blame. I could only blame BDD and myself. That's it. So I never moved out before, and even though I did go to university, I literally still, I would have like my own apartment and still go home to my mom every night. Full on mama's girl, couldn't be alone. Jace had his own place, he was established, had a career, and all that kind of stuff, so we started dated. Which was another story. But you guys, whatever. Anyway, so I got an opportunity to do this reality show that you guys all know about. In the beginning, they were looking for someone who didn't like how they looked, but it was more like because they had some kind of deformity, or they had like white patches on their face, or like they didn't have a nose and all that kind of stuff. But then I met up with the producers and I told them my story, and they never heard about body dysmorphic disorder. Me thinking at that age I'm gonna get free surgery, but I didn't. So I used that opportunity to just tell my mom I'm filming this reality show. They want to document my surgeries and my rhinoplasty and stuff like that. And I always wanted like bigger boobs because I thought looking like a hoochie back in the day was normal. No, nothing against breast implants or anything like that. It's just not for me now. I removed them. Again, that's another video. So they'd follow me around. They'd follow the cast. I'm the cast. The crew would literally like follow me, arguing with my mom. She was like, I'm not gonna pay for it. And I'm like, you don't have to pay for it. So I met with a plastic surgeon, which started my plastic surgery journey, which I can't even, I have my clicker, I know, ghetto, whatever. So then I wanted a breast aug, and then I wanted a rhinoplasty. And my mom couldn't really tell me what to do anymore because I was living with Jace. Not living under her roof. I left my closet, all my materials, I left everything because this is really what I wanted to do. I had the money, but thinking that they would pay for it, they didn't. I paid for it. Everything was filmed. I was so happy with the results for about a week. As you guys can see on the show, I was so happy. It didn't last long because I didn't see a change. So my plastic surgeon would see, like, show me before and after, show me how big my nose was before, and now it's more pointy. I could only listen to my mirror. I could only listen to my reflection. I could only listen to what I see. So I was sad for a whole year, and then I had my baby Stavros. So I thought that he would distract me from BDD and not make me think so much about how I look, because he would be a baby who needed my attention every second of every day. He was such a good baby. I'm not saying he's perfect, like kind of am, but like he didn't cry, he didn't do anything. He gave me more enough time to obsess about my looks. So after That the same plastic surgeon told me that I needed liposuction. I was big, whatever. That's for another video. So I went back to him and I told him I wasn't happy with my rhinoplasty. He's like, "Oh, let it heal. It takes a year." Year passed by, same thing. It gets better every year. But like, what? How many years later? 2-3 years later, I had the same nose. So I found a doctor who did my dimples, and he introduced me to Alarplasty surgery. So that first surgeon did a bunch of plastic surgery, whatever, but that's not the point of this video. So Dr. Dimples, and I'll say his name, introduced me to what you call Alarplasty. Let me just move a little because I don't feel comfortable. Okay, there. Alarplasty, he said that 99% of people who want Alarplasty are African American people. He's not racist. I'm not trying to say I'm racist. I am absolutely God-fearing. I am not racist. But let me just try to zoom this in. So Alarplasty is all about your nostrils. It's not about adding a tip. It's not about making your nose up here give you more of a bridge. It has nothing to do with that. It's all about the nostril. So your two little holes right here. And mind you, I already got plastic surgery after this, so I don't have pictures of my Alarplasty experience, but I'm just gonna show you guys. So my nostrils, even after my first rhino, was really, really big, right? It was like that. So he was like, "I'm not gonna touch your nose. I don't think you need it, but this is it's like a 30-minute procedure. It's not pricey. Do it under local, just like dimples, right? In and out. Like if I could handle dimples and all that kind of stuff, I could handle Alarplasty." So we talked about it, and so you guys don't see my scar, but pretty much it's just cutting a little bit here and here to make your nostrils look smaller. So I wanted more than whatever centimeters that he recommended, but he was like, "Pamela, you know what? You're gonna regret it. Just listen to me for once." So he took off a little bit. So it's very instant. So it's like that. He sewed it. Sutures came off. After a week, I felt a little better about myself because it just gave the illusion that my nose was smaller. But let's get real. It's all in my head. Like I needed a fix. It's like being a drug addict, right? Heroin. You don't have it for a while. No one gets it for you. You find a supplier who will give you heroin, so you will just take and take and take. That's what plastic surgery was to me. That's what body dysmorphic is to me right now, till this day, unfortunately. So I lived with it for a while. A couple months later, I was like, you know what, because I Google a lot about non-surgical plastic surgery because I don't want to be put to sleep. I have a little baby. So I wanted him to inject my bridge right here and my tip with some kind of filler. And he kept telling me it's extremely painful. I don't care. Like, beauty is pain. To me, torture is pain because I've done a lot of things awake. But he didn't want to do it. And then I went to a couple new people who I wanted, like, the non-surgical nose job. They're like, "We're not touching your nose is good." So I try to tell myself that every day. Your nose is fine, your nose is fine, your nose is fine. And then 2020, it was 2019. I haven't had like surgery that I was actually put to sleep in a decade because it was just like my boob job and my first nose job. I was completely asleep. And I was told myself, you know what, I have a son, I'm not gonna fall asleep. Ever. But I was like, you know what? Like my whole life was taking care of Stavros for a decade. So I was like, I need to do something. Aside like all my other 7 surgeries I did in one sitting, I did my nose job again. I specifically told this new doctor, like I tell all the doctors, I'm obsessed with Kristen Krug from Smallville. If you don't know her, she's beautiful. She is Canadian and Chinese. So I wanted that nose. I just wanted an American nose. Okay? I could hear it. Love yourself for who you are. That's what God gave you. I get that now, but last year I didn't get it. So I wanted a tip. I wanted him to remove the tip, and I wanted him to make my tip even further out and make this skinnier. 100-year-old man, I don't know what he did, but then I figured out that he took off my tip, so now my nose is bigger. It was fine the first rhinoplasty, then I got Alarplasty, and this last surgery last year, it's my third rhinoplasty, and it made it bigger than what I even started with, and you'll see why. So my thumbnail is before my rhinoplasty, after, and then this third time, because I don't really want to, I don't have any proof that I got an Alarplasty, because it didn't really mean like it changed my nose. It just like slendered it a little bit, but it pretty much made my nose bigger. And I'll insert a lot of clips, a lot of pictures at the end of this video to show you guys. Actually, I want to ask you guys, do you think my nose got bigger? I don't know, you guys tell me the truth. But as far as right now, I just want to make these videos so you guys don't make my mistakes. Like, always make sure you research. Always make sure that the plastic surgeon's office, just because if it's in like Bel Air or Malibu or like bougie ass places, Paris, whatever, it does not mean that they're good. Anyone can rent a facility in a really good area. Literally, my doctor was like Rodeo Drive adjacent, literally like walking space to like Louis Vuitton. Was he good? Maybe back in the day. I got him when he was really old, hence the whole like black market surgery. But I'm here to tell you guys, just do your research. Don't make the same mistake as me. As you can see, like, I'm all crooked and stuff. But yeah, I have many regrets, but what am I gonna do, right? You guys watched my Mia black market video, so you guys know that my surgeon this last time was very old. He was a genius once upon a time, but when I started this new me, new year, new me, which is bull because I look the same, he just had really good credentials. He worked in Brazil, like he had it like really good, right? And he was in the heart of Beverly Hills. So I was like, okay. The first time I met him, I was like, for 1 second, this is how beauty comes into play. For 1 second, I was like, huh, okay, well, he's good, might as well. But he doesn't remember what he did to me. And Mia and her mom literally was the receptionist, so they wouldn't know what he performed on me that day, which is heartbreaking, which is sad, but you know what, it is what it is. I have a lot of mistakes. I don't regret them. I'm just here trying to make myself a better person. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I keep saying and if you guys have requests, I know I have a couple of questions that you guys want me to answer. Maybe I'll do it after this video. But God bless you all. Let go and just let God. And this is so weird for me to say because I'm never gonna follow my own advice, but just love yourself, what God gave you. Still trying to figure that out, but yeah, thank you so much for all my subscribers. Very little of you from the very beginning. I love you all. Your emails, your messages keep me sane. It makes me cry, but as long as I could help you guys in some way, I'm all for it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and until the next video, I don't know.